Have you ever had that eerie feeling of déjà vu, as if you've lived this moment before? Or woken up from a dream only to see it unfold in real life? What if I told you these aren't just random occurrences, but clues to a much larger, more profound truth? Imagine this. You might be caught in a divine time loop, living your life over and over again, each cycle subtly different, yet inescapably familiar. This idea isn't just the stuff of science fiction. It's rooted in ancient philosophy, cutting-edge quantum physics, and the strange, unexplainable moments we all experience. But what if this loop isn't a prison? It's a key. A chance to unlock your true potential, reshape your destiny, and even influence the very fabric of reality. Let's dive into the mysteries of time, consciousness, and the universe, and uncover whether you're living the same life on repeat, and what you can do about it. The concept of time loops isn't new. Ancient cultures, from the Stoics of Greece to the Hindu belief in reincarnation, have long pondered the cyclical nature of existence. They believed that life wasn't a straight line, but a repeating cycle, where events, choices, and even lives could echo across eternity. Fast forward to today, and science is beginning to catch up. Physicists studying quantum mechanics have discovered phenomena that defy our understanding of time. Particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously. They can communicate instantaneously across vast distances, defying the speed of light. And, most mind-bending of all, some experiments suggest that actions in the future can influence events in the past, a concept called retrocausality. Think about that for a moment. What if your choices today are not just shaping your future, but rewriting your past? Now, let's take this one step further. Imagine that your life is a program running on a cosmic supercomputer. Every choice you make, every person you meet, every moment you live is part of an advanced simulation. Scientists and philosophers alike have debated the simulation hypothesis, which suggests that our reality might be a meticulously crafted illusion. In this simulation, déjà vu could be a glitch, a fleeting moment where the program falters and you catch a glimpse of the underlying code. Those dreams that seem to predict the future? They could be echoes of another timeline bleeding into this one. But what about the idea of a time loop? Could you really be living the same life over and over? Quantum physics offers a tantalizing possibility. Some theories suggest the existence of closed time-like curves, where time folds back on itself, creating loops. If this is true, your life might not be a single linear journey, but a cycle that repeats infinitely. Déjà vu, those uncanny moments of familiarity, could be the result of memories from previous loops seeping through. That sense of intuition, of knowing what's about to happen. Perhaps it's your future self guiding you through the loop with flashes of insight. But if this is true, what does it mean for your choices? Are they preordained, part of a script written by the universe? Or do you have the power to break free from the loop and create a new path? Here's where it gets even more fascinating. The theory of quantum immortality suggests that your consciousness never truly ends. Instead, in every life or death moment, there's always a version of you that survives. Imagine a universe constantly branching off, creating infinite parallel realities where every possible outcome plays out. In one timeline, you might miss the bus. In another, you catch it. In one, you succeed. In another, you fail. If quantum immortality is real, then your consciousness could be hopping between these timelines, always moving towards survival. But what about the moments where everything feels like it's repeating? Could that be the result of living the same cycle of life, each time making slightly different choices? This brings us to the holographic principle, a revolutionary idea that suggests our universe might be a 3D projection of information stored on a 2D surface. In this model, every moment of your life, past, present, and future, already exists, encoded like pages in a book. You're just flipping through them, experiencing one page at a time. So, how do you break free from the loop? If it exists, or better yet, how do you use it to your advantage? The answer lies in consciousness. Your mind isn't just a passive observer of reality, it's an active participant. Quantum experiments have shown that particles behave differently when observed, suggesting that your awareness shapes the world around you. This means that your thoughts, intentions, and choices carry immense power. If you're caught in a time loop, then every decision you make doesn't just affect this life, it ripples across all cycles, shaping infinite versions of yourself. Here's a practical way to start harnessing this power: meditation. By quieting your mind and focusing your awareness, you can tap into a deeper level of reality. Visualize yourself stepping outside the flow of time, observing your life as if it were a tapestry. See the threads connecting every moment, every decision, every possibility. Another tool is journaling. Write down your thoughts, dreams, and moments of déjà vu. Over time, you might notice patterns, clues that point to the cycles in your life. And then there's the practice of lucid dreaming. In a lucid dream, you become aware that you're dreaming and can begin to shape the dream world. If reality is indeed a simulation or a hologram, lucid dreaming might offer a way to glimpse the underlying code and perhaps even rewrite it. But the most important step is to embrace your power as a creator. Whether we're in a simulation, a time loop, or a holographic universe, one thing is clear: your choices matter. Every thought, every action, every moment is an opportunity to shape your reality. If you feel stuck, remember this: you have the power to change. You're not just a passenger in this journey, you're the driver. Use your awareness to break free from old patterns. Use your imagination to envision a better future. And use your choices to create the life you truly desire. But how do you harness this power in a world that constantly pulls you in different directions? The first step is awareness. Pay attention to the patterns in your life. Are there recurring situations, challenges, or relationships that seem to loop endlessly? These are not coincidences. They are opportunities. Each loop presents a chance to learn, grow, and choose differently. Think of it this way. If life is a game, every challenge is a level. You can't move on to the next until you've mastered the current one. The same obstacles will appear again and again, not to punish you, but to teach you. Once you overcome them, by shifting your mindset, making a different choice, or letting go of what no longer serves you, the game progresses. Here's a personal story to illustrate this. For years, I found myself stuck in the same kind of toxic relationships. It felt like I was reliving the same heartbreak with different people. Then one day, I asked myself, what am I not seeing? What am I meant to learn here? The answer wasn't easy to face. I wasn't valuing myself. I was looking for others to fill a void I hadn't filled within myself. That realization was the key. When I chose to focus on self-love and set boundaries, everything changed. The loop ended and I moved forward. Breaking free from these loops requires courage. It means facing uncomfortable truths about yourself and taking responsibility for your reality. This isn't about blame, it's about empowerment. When you recognize that your thoughts, beliefs, and actions shape your experience, you reclaim your power. You become the architect of your life, not a victim of circumstance. One powerful tool for breaking loops is visualization. Close your eyes and imagine the life you want to live. See it in vivid detail. Feel the emotions of already being there: joy, peace, gratitude. Your brain doesn't distinguish between imagination and reality. It begins to rewire itself to align with this new vision. Over time, your external world will start to reflect these internal changes. Now, let's talk about time. If we are in a divine time loop, the past, present, and future are not separate. They are interconnected, like threads in a tapestry. This means that the choices you make today can send ripples across time, healing the past and shaping the future. Have you ever noticed how changing your perspective on a past event can alter how you feel about it? That's not just psychological, it's energetic. By reframing the past, you change its impact on your present and future. For example, instead of seeing a past failure as a setback, view it as a stepping stone, a lesson that prepared you for success. This shift in perspective releases the negative charge and transforms the energy of that moment. Another practice for working with time is what I call timeline rewriting. Think of a moment in your life that you wish had gone differently. Close your eyes and imagine it playing out in the way you desired. See every detail, feel every emotion as though it's happening now. This isn't about denying reality, it's about aligning with a higher version of it. By rewriting the past in your mind, you send a powerful message to the universe that you are ready to step into a new reality. But what about the future? If every choice creates a ripple, how can you ensure that you're shaping the best possible version of it? The key is intention. Start each day by setting a clear intention for how you want to show up in the world. This doesn't mean controlling every outcome. It means aligning your actions, thoughts, and energy with your highest vision. For example, if your intention is to live with more love, ask yourself throughout the day, am I choosing love in this moment? If your intention is abundance, ask, are my thoughts and actions aligned with abundance? These small, conscious choices add up, creating a future that reflects your highest self. Now, let's dive deeper into the idea of déjà vu. Have you ever stopped to think about what it really means? That fleeting sense of familiarity, like you've been here before. What if it's not just a trick of the brain? What if it's a message from your soul, a reminder that you're on the right path? Or perhaps a nudge to choose differently this time? Next time you experience déjà vu, pause and reflect. What's happening in that moment? What decisions are you facing? What emotions are you feeling? Use it as an opportunity to align more deeply with your purpose. Think of it as a checkpoint in the game of life, a chance to level up. And then there are dreams. Throughout history, dreams have been seen as windows into the subconscious, portals to other dimensions, and even glimpses of future events. Many people dismiss their dreams as random or meaningless, but what if they're anything but? What if your dreams are guiding you, showing you paths you might not see in waking life? Start paying attention to your dreams. Keep a journal by your bed and write down everything you remember as soon as you wake up. Look for patterns, symbols, and recurring themes. These could be messages from your higher self or glimpses into other timelines. Dreams are like a secret language, and the more you listen, the more you'll understand. Let me share something incredible I once experienced. I had a recurring dream of standing at a crossroads, unsure which path to take. Every time the dream ended before I made a choice. It wasn't until I faced a major life decision that I realized the dream was preparing me. When the moment came, I felt a deep sense of clarity, as if I had already lived it. That's the power of dreams. They connect us to the infinite wisdom of the universe. But what if this isn't just about escaping loops or decoding messages? What if the loop itself is the gift? Think about it. Every cycle gives you another chance to grow, to heal, to create. What if instead of trying to break free, you embraced the loop as a teacher? Imagine waking up each day with the knowledge that every moment is an opportunity, that the universe isn't trapping you, It's giving you endless chances to step into your power. Suddenly, the loop isn't something to fear, it's something to celebrate. Go, and here's the ultimate truth. Whether we're in a time loop, a simulation, or a holographic universe, the one constant is you. Your consciousness, your awareness, your power to choose. That's what makes you unstoppable. You are not confined by the circumstances you find yourself in or the patterns that seem to repeat. Those patterns are not barriers, they are opportunities. Opportunities to rewrite the script, to step off the treadmill of repetition, and to create something entirely new. This is where your greatest power lies, the ability to shift your perception, to choose a different path, and to align with the highest version of yourself. Imagine for a moment that every thought you think is a seed. Each one has the potential to grow into something remarkable, something life-changing. The question is, what are you planting? Are your thoughts rooted in fear, doubt, and limitation? Or are they grounded in love, abundance, and possibility? The soil of your mind is fertile, and it will grow whatever you plant in it. The choice, as always, is yours. This is why awareness is so critical. You cannot change what you do not acknowledge. Begin to notice the patterns of your thoughts, the beliefs you carry, and the stories you tell yourself. Are they empowering, or are they keeping you stuck? The moment you recognize a limiting belief is the moment you can begin to dissolve it. Replace it with something that aligns with your truest desires, something that uplifts and expands you. Let's go deeper into this idea of rewriting the script. Think about the challenges you face in your life right now. Maybe it's a relationship that feels stagnant, a job that no longer fulfills you, or a dream that seems out of reach. What if these aren't obstacles but invitations? Invitations to grow, to evolve, to step into your power. The universe is always conspiring in your favor, even when it doesn't seem like it. The challenges are there to refine you, to prepare you for the next level of your journey. Here's a practice I use whenever I feel stuck. I ask myself, what is this teaching me? Instead of seeing a challenge as a roadblock, I see it as a lesson. This shift in perspective changes everything. Suddenly, the obstacle becomes a stepping stone. The frustration turns into fuel, and the situation that once felt impossible reveals itself as a doorway to something greater. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. What challenges are you facing? What lessons might they hold? Write them down if you need to. Sometimes clarity comes when we put pen to paper, and as you do this, remember that you are not your circumstances. You are not defined by what happens to you. You are defined by how you choose to respond. Now, let's explore the power of intention. Setting an intention is like programming your reality. It's a way of telling the universe, this is what I want to create. And when you pair your intention with aligned action, the universe begins to move in your favor. The synchronicities, the opportunities, the breakthroughs, they all start to appear. But intention alone isn't enough. It must be backed by belief. You must believe that you are worthy of what you're asking for, that it's possible, and that it's already on its way to you. This belief creates a magnetic energy that draws your desires toward you. And the best part, the more you practice this, the stronger your belief becomes. Let me share another story with you. There was a time when I felt like I was stuck in a loop of scarcity. No matter how hard I worked, it seemed like abundance was always just out of reach. Then I realized something. My external reality was a reflection of my internal state. I was holding on to beliefs of lack and limitation, and those beliefs were creating my experience. When I began to shift my mindset, to focus on gratitude, to believe in abundance, to act as though it was already mine, everything changed. Opportunities I could never have imagined began to flow into my life. That's the power of aligning your inner world with the outer reality you desire. And here's the thing. This power isn't reserved for a select few. It's your birthright. It's within you, waiting to be awakened. You don't need permission to use it. You don't need validation from anyone else. You just need to decide. Decide that you're ready to step into your power, to take responsibility for your life, and to create a reality that lights you up. Uard, this journey isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up every day with the intention to grow, to learn, and to become a little more aligned with your true self. There will be moments when you stumble, when doubt creeps in, when it feels easier to give up. But those moments are part of the process. They are opportunities to choose again, to realign, and to keep moving forward. Let's talk about trust. Trust is the foundation of transformation. Trust that the universe has your back, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. Trust that the challenges are here to guide you, not to break you. Trust that the seeds you are planting will grow, even if you can't see the results yet. Trust is what allows you to keep going, to keep believing, and to keep creating. And trust isn't something you have to earn. It's something you choose. It's a decision to believe in the unseen, to have faith in the process, and to know that everything is unfolding perfectly, even when it doesn't look like it. So, how do you cultivate this trust? Start small. Look for evidence of the universe working in your favor. Maybe it's a kind word from a stranger, a sudden burst of inspiration, or a door that opens unexpectedly. These moments are everywhere if you're willing to see them, and the more you notice them, the more they will appear. Let's circle back to the idea of the time loop. If you are in fact living the same life on repeat, then every moment is an opportunity to choose differently, to make a new decision, and to write a new story. Imagine the ripple effect of that choice, not just in this life, but across all the lives you're living. Imagine the impact of stepping into your power, not just for yourself, but for the world around you. Because here's the truth. When you change, the world changes. Your energy, your actions, your choices, they create a ripple effect that touches everyone and everything. You are not just living your life, you are shaping reality itself. Every thought you think sends out vibrations into the fabric of existence, weaving your intentions into the tapestry of reality. When you choose to align with positivity, hope, and purpose, you're not just transforming your own life, you're uplifting those around you. The light you shine becomes a beacon, showing others what's possible. Think about it. When you encounter someone who radiates joy and authenticity, it's infectious. Their energy inspires you, lifts you, and makes you believe in something greater. That's the ripple effect of aligned living. But it works the other way too. When you let negativity, doubt, and fear dictate your actions, you project those vibrations into the world. This doesn't mean you should suppress or ignore difficult emotions, far from it. It means you need to process, heal, and release them so they don't become your default setting. The energy you carry is the energy you amplify, and the energy you amplify shapes the reality you experience. Here's where it gets truly profound. Your personal transformation doesn't just affect the people you know, it extends far beyond that. Think of it like a pebble dropped into a pond. The ripples don't just stay close to the point of impact, they expand outward, touching every corner of the water. This is how your energy interacts with the collective consciousness. By choosing to grow, to heal, to rise above old patterns, you contribute to the elevation of humanity as a whole. Now, you imagine what would happen if more people awaken to this truth. If everyone recognized their power to influence the world through their thoughts and choices, we'd see a collective shift like never before. Wars would fade, fear would dissolve, and love would become the driving force of existence. Utopian? Perhaps. But every monumental change begins with a single step. And that step begins with you. You might be thinking, how can I, one person, make a difference? But let me remind you, Every great movement in history started with one person who dared to believe in a better way. They didn't wait for the world to change. They became the change. You have that same power. The question is, will you use it? Let's bring this back to the concept of loops. If time is cyclical, then every choice you make carries even greater significance. Why? Because it doesn't just impact the present moment, it echoes across past and future iterations of your life. Imagine breaking a toxic pattern in this life. That act of courage doesn't just free you here and now, it reverberates through every timeline where that pattern exists, creating a cascade of healing and transformation. This is why self-awareness is so critical. You can't change what you can't see. Begin by identifying the loops in your life. What situations or relationships feel repetitive? What emotions keep surfacing, no matter how much you try to ignore them? These are your clues. They're pointing you toward areas of growth, asking you to address the underlying issues so you can move forward. Once you've identified the loop, the next step is to take responsibility. This doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything that's gone wrong. It means recognizing your role in the dynamic and choosing to respond differently. Responsibility is empowering. It puts the control back in your hands, showing you that you're not a victim of circumstance, but a creator of change. Let me share an example. There was a time when I kept finding myself in situations where I felt unappreciated. At first, I thought it was just bad luck. But when I looked deeper, I realized I wasn't valuing myself. I was seeking external validation instead of giving myself the love and respect I deserved. Once I made that shift internally, everything changed. The loop ended and new, more fulfilling experiences began to flow into my life. This brings us to the importance of gratitude. Gratitude is like a universal amplifier. It magnifies the good in your life and attracts even more. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you shift your energy from lack to abundance. This doesn't just affect your mindset, it affects the reality you create. Gratitude is the antidote to the scarcity mentality that keeps so many people trapped in their loops. Here's a simple practice. Each morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be grand or life-changing. It could be as simple as the warmth of the sun on your skin or the laughter of a loved one. The key is to feel the gratitude deeply, to let it resonate in your heart. This practice rewires your brain to look for the positive, creating a foundation for lasting transformation. And while gratitude shifts your focus to abundance, forgiveness frees you from the chains of the past. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. It's not about condoning harmful behavior or letting someone off the hook. It's about releasing the emotional burden you're carrying. When you forgive, you're not saying, "What you did is okay." You're saying, "I choose to let go of this pain because it no longer serves me." Forgiveness is a powerful tool for breaking loops. It untethers you from the past and creates space for new experiences to flow in. Start with yourself. Forgive yourself for the mistakes you've made, for the times you didn't know better, for the moments you fell short. Self-forgiveness is the foundation of self-love, and self-love is the key to unlocking your potential. Now, let's explore the role of intention. Setting an intention is like planting a flag in the ground and declaring, "This is where I'm going." It's a way of aligning your energy with your goals and signaling to the universe that you're ready to receive. But intention alone isn't enough. It must be paired with action. You can't just sit back and wait for your dreams to manifest. You have to meet the universe halfway. Think of it like this. If your intention is the seed, your actions are the water and sunlight that help it grow. Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your desired reality. And along the way, the universe will send you signs, synchronicities, opportunities, and moments of clarity. Pay attention to these signs. They're like breadcrumbs guiding you toward your highest path. Speaking of signs, let's talk about déjà vu. That strange, fleeting sense of familiarity. It's not just a coincidence. It's a message from your soul, a reminder that you're exactly where you need to be. When you experience déjà vu, pause and reflect. What's happening in that moment? What decisions are you facing? Use it as an opportunity to tune into your intuition and align with your purpose. Dreams are another powerful tool for self-discovery. They're like postcards from your subconscious, offering insights and guidance that you might not access in your waking life. Keep a dream journal and record everything you remember, no matter how fragmented or nonsensical it seems. Over time, patterns and symbols will emerge, revealing deeper truths about yourself and your journey. And don't underestimate the power of community. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you, who challenge you to grow and remind you of your potential. The journey of transformation can be lonely at times, but you don't have to do it alone. Find your tribe, whether it's through spiritual groups, creative communities, or simply kindred spirits who share your vision. Together you can create a ripple effect that extends far beyond what any one person could achieve alone. As you continue this journey, remember to be patient with yourself. Transformation isn't a linear process. It's messy, unpredictable, and often uncomfortable. But that's where the magic happens. Growth doesn't come from staying in your comfort zone. It comes from stretching, from facing your fears, and from daring to dream bigger than you ever thought possible. So, what's next? What will you do with the knowledge that you are a co-creator of reality, that your choices ripple across time and space, shaping infinite possibilities? Will you continue to live on autopilot, or will you step into your power and consciously design the life you want? The choice is yours, and the time to choose is now.